According to History.com, for the past 3,200 years, Rome has dominated Europe, and for the past 3,200 years, Europe has dominated the rest of the world. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, all roads lead to Rome. And that is why they say that phrase. Our entire commercial and educational systems are all based off ancient concepts and beliefs. Now today, I'd like to give you a little bit of information about our hidden history and laws of the world we live in today. Have you ever heard of the phrase, knowledge is power? Well, many people today feel powerless because they don't have knowledge or they lack knowledge. Look around you today, you see many people are depressed or ignorant or just waste their life simply because they don't have power or they don't have knowledge. There's a scripture in the Bible, Hosea 4:6, that states, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." There's another quote or scripture in the Bible, that's Proverbs 29:18, that says, "Where there is no vision, the people shall perish." You can look around once again in the world today and see, due to a lack of knowledge or lack of vision, we are perishing or failing as a society. As long as we don't know where we came from, where we're going, and where we are now, we will stay in a state of powerlessness. Now, today, once again, I'm just going to reinstate or reinforce the fact that I'd like to share some information or some knowledge with you all so that you may, like myself, start to feel less powerless. Now, there is a law, which is Chapter 11, Section 12, U.S. Code 1431, that states banks cannot loan money. Did you know that banks actually can't loan money? Well, let me give you a quick scenario. You all have probably purchased a vehicle before. Well, let me tell you the process of how it goes. So the government appraiser will appraise the vehicle for $30,000. Then it's put out on the car lot. You will then go choose that vehicle, and you and the dealership will reach out to a bank to finance your vehicle. The paperwork that is signed for the vehicle from the car dealership is basically the $30,000 for your vehicle. They send that over to the bank. The bank will open up an account for you. They will sign for you for that bank account. They will put $30,000 in that bank account. Then they will write a check for you, sign the check for you for the $30,000, and will give it to you to give to the car dealership to purchase your vehicle. So no money is actually being exchanged. Nothing is actually being purchased. But instead, you've been given a credit or you've been given a bill so that you may have the vehicle. Let me give you another quick scenario. Imagine you are a painter and you're going to paint one of your clients' rooms in their home, such as their living room. At the end of the job, at the end of the painting session, you bill your client, let's say $100. Then your client pays you with a $100 bill. So see, there's been no exchange of money. It's exchange of bills. You've given them a bill and they've given you a bill. Nothing's actually been purchased. No service has actually been paid for. If you look at the top of your dollar bill, you'll see it says Federal Reserve Bank Note. So once again, no one's actually purchasing anything. You are using a banknote or a bill. So that's why they call banks of exchange. A bank of exchange is where you exchange different bills. So in reality, you can't pay a bill, but instead of paying a bill, what you can do is discharge a debt. So no one pays for anything or actually owns anything because you're using bills for bills. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think you own your own body? Now, there's some many controversial topics about this topic or subtopics about this topic, such as abortion and things of that nature. But today, I want to stress the fact that not only are we owned by our government legally, we are securities on the NYSE, which is the New York Stock Exchange, and you can actually be traded as a security on the New York Stock Exchange, but that's why you also need a license for things and insurance. The government requires it because you are an entity of the government, which is property. Now, let me ask you a question. Or have you ever wondered why we use banks or even have a banking system in general? Well, let's break down the word bank. What is a bank? A bank is on each side of a river. What does a riverbank do? A riverbank directs the flow of the currency. That's why our money's called currency. Now, also, it's said to be when you're in debt, you are what? Underwater or drowning in debt. There's either law of the land and law of the sea. And as you see, once again, these are all based back on ancient concepts and belief systems. Now, it's a crazy story how the deception of the world has been placed in everything that we do nowadays, and how powerless we all really are because we have a lack of knowledge, or due to a lack of knowledge. Today, my hope is just that I motivate you to do more research, study more, and get more intellectually and spiritually sound so that you may begin to feel more powerful. Thank you.